for ourselves.
So remember, there are no bans. Everything is open, but it is, once you pick it, you cannot pick
Can't return.
the same people. So we will see one and dones. I guess in all actuality, it is a best of one. So you just can't play it in the next game if you make it into the championship. But we are seeing some of those wacky picks. Udyr has been rumbled about in speakings. It is going to be picked up here by Make It Possible. We got the Singed making his return. The Sylas, we were talking, getting prepped for this event about the Sylas jungles potentially being there as solo queue menaces. But right now, I'm just seeing a lot of aggression, and that is what I'm here for, Jamada.
I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, it's a gladiator fight, surely. From
Yes.
minute one, hopefully. Loads of picks we're definitely familiar with. A couple of more out there ones. Udyr, of course, had his stint going that full lethality build, max Q, one-shot anything in your path with no armor. That was definitely a crazy time. Still definitely very doable. Curious to see whether we'll get that or kind of the more AP bruiser-ish variant with Demonic Embrace and a couple of other tank items. But of course, moving away from that, Singed, it's there. We won't talk about it. We know what it does. We'll see how it wants to operate with things like Jack Show being in the game and Sylas. Like you mentioned, rumblings of it being in the jungle, but with Lee Sin being on the table for Remember Our Name, we'll see whether or not that ends up in Knight's hands. You would have to expect.
In the LGL, they played Lee Sin mid earlier, like literally an hour ago. So hey, you never know. All right, you never know. We could get spiked. I would love, just hear me out, all right? Harder versus Knight mid lane, Lee Sin versus Irelia. I don't know the analysis behind it, Jamada. You can call me stupid, but it sounds like a lot of fun, all right?
I would call it fun. There's a lot of mobility, a lot of dashes going on. I feel like Lee Sin will probably lose once level 6 rolls around, but maybe I just don't understand the matchup that well. I mean, Lee Sin, when he was in meta, was it 2 years ago now? He was all about just wave clearing, moving with his jungler, right? Playing for 2v2s, yes. We'll see whether it's tonight finding it or not. I guess will dictate a lot of how this mid lane shenanigans will go now. I was going to say
Shenaniganery. There you go.
But I suspect, nonetheless, fights.
Just to give everybody clear, so we've seen it across a lot of the kickoff events. So we can't skip the ban phase, so we are just going through the bans. That's why nothing is happening on your screen as we're getting through it. But it's a lot of fun. A big matchup I want to highlight. We'll talk a lot more about each matchup, right? And I think that's what's so fun about this kickoff event. We just have, again, so much representation from all the teams and so many different varieties. But Knight versus Harder. Harder, the man who's just now coming off-season solo king challenge winner, was dominating people. And then you got Knight, the golden left hand, coming in and trying to make a name for himself, changing teams here coming into the year. So I want to see how he deals with Harder, see if Harder's able to bring it up tonight. And now that we're getting the final picks here, could be some spice. We got the Twitch Pyke coming in for Remember Our Name, and the Ashe Kalista for Team Make It Possible.
All right, I was going to say they're just about picking in order, both sides, but it's going to be Hope on the Kalista.
I think they might be, honestly, in order.
Yeah, it almost, we'll see. We'll see how they feel. You know, of course, there are no rules against just, role swapping in the game. So maybe we've seen weirder things than Kalista support in previous weeks of preseason, so don't be too surprised. But Jinjiao, of course, on his Pyke. So I'm very excited to see what he'll get done in what is a very bruiser heavy, very short range composition on both ends. It's just the likes of Twitch and what pretty much Ashe, who's going to be building poke. So does it really matter? I don't think so, Mazel. I think we're going to have fights from minute one.
Hey, I got what I wished for. I wanted the Knight versus Harder Lee Sin Irelia matchup, and that's exactly what I got. So, I'm a happy camper right now to kick off the LPL season, and especially the Twitch come again. All of this just aggressiveness, as you're saying. It's exactly the moniker that crazy is our game is our saying. So, love to see it coming out here early on. But talking a little bit more about the specific matchups, and we were mentioning jungle earlier. I think the story behind both these junglers is very interesting, right? You saw in the clip of Ning him facing up against Griffin Tarzan back in the day and having that huge moment, winning the world championship as well. And now you have Tarzan, the new king of the jungle, who in Ning's absence, has taken up that mantle. And Ning is now back here with the 1v1 matchup, the OG king of the jungle versus the current king of the jungle. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch out for. And we are getting kicked off here. It is the season kickoff event 2023 for the LPL, and we are in it to win it. Level 1 Spice for Make It Possible here. And love it. Love it. Get that gold, baby. Get that gold.
60 gold.
That's huge. That's huge. You got your teammates there to back you up. You got gold for days.
And that's the best part, right? Shanji has no flash, only has ghost. Imagine if he's there and tries to like just capitalize on that kill. Just trying to overstep. All of a sudden, the entirety of Make It Possible just come out of the bush, CC him. Tarzan can just start W. Doesn't need to really start anything else, surely, to clear his jungle on Maokai. Could have been some good fun, but Meiko, small gold advantage in the bottom lane. We'll see what he gets done with it. Now,
Lwx, he walked into the wrong party, man. He just immediately wants the exit out of there, so he does get out. And I was watching the LCS kickoff event earlier, and it was something interesting brought up, obviously, the Maokai jungle here with the red smite, but he's getting oppressed out, and Harder's going to have to try to come save his day. Tarzan has to flash early on. Lwx gets stunned up here, though. Knight has his Conqueror popped. This is just a slaughter fest. Knight! He goes in with the flash. He gets the kill. He'll immediately be traded back. But this is exactly what we wanted. Keep this carousel turning as Meiko. Oh, he canceled the auto attack. No! He's got to get the slowdown. Okay, it's fine. It's easy. Ashe going to clean this one up. Even flashing. Oh, no! He's going to dupe him. Oh, no! He missed! The mouse, bro. The mouse. It's too good. Meiko's so salty right now.
In all fairness, it was technically a 50-50, right? He's either... Oh,
he's still going to get him. He's still going to get him. No! Oh! Oh my god!
Well, we promised you blood, guys.
Welcome to the LPL. Happy 2023. This is our present as we get off into this show match. My goodness. Let's try to break down a little bit of the chaos that's happened already as we had Meiko just going on a roam, level 1, not coming to his lane whatsoever, and now comes up with 2 kills.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention, Lwx is actually going AP Twitch. He's got the support item in his inventory. Didn't catch that, so that's why he was up there. I was wondering why Jinjiao wasn't out there, but there is our answer. 2 kills on the support Ashe for MIP. We'll see what bottom lane goal difference will now provide for them.
So what I was going to talk about earlier, before all that happened, was the fact that Maokai, and what I was hearing heard through the grapevines, is he's one of the only ones that takes the red smite. You know, obviously green smite is a little bit strong so far, but I'd love to see that adaptation, and Tarzan actually bringing it here. I don't know how it's going to work out in general. Breathe, maybe trying to give Ning a little bit of problems here. But, Sylas is in bot lane. Meiko, he has 2 kills, but he'll get shut down by Jinjiao. Jinjiao goes down. One more auto attack. It doesn't. That's huge. And that will be Jinjiao getting out with his life.
Yeah, that's a shutdown as well. So nice little bit of pocket change going in to Jinjiao's back pocket on the Pyke, the farming Pyke no less. So he's going to be really scary. Not only is he going to be picking up extra gold from those executes on his ult, he is picking up all of the CS. So this is going to be a true assassin Pyke. Get a replay. Just see how this one kicked off, because he's just about missing Lwx. Trying to get I mean, flashing forward.
Oh my goodness, that damage. Yeah, that's a lot to come down at an early, level 3 moment.
It's so close. It is so close.
Love the little zoom in from the observers, though. Make sure to get their reps in here as Lwx back on the roam, looking for Breathe, who has been just proxy farming this wave this whole time. See if Breathe can make it out of here. They do have Ning on his way to catch him off. Yeah, it should be an easy cleanup kill, and it'll go over to Lwx as well.
Yeah, Lwx picking himself that one up. And I mean, hey, AP Twitch. I've been on the other end of that. Sure, many watching definitely have. So gold going into Lwx's back pocket definitely isn't a bad thing instead of Ning's. Ning on the
Ning
Sylas
stole the chicken. He's the king of the jungle now, right? Like until the next chicken camp is taken, he has the title, right?
Is that how we're doing? I mean, to be fair, 2018, 2019, chicken camp stealing was when that whole thing started off. So you know what? All right, we'll keep it like that. Right now, Ning has belt or crown. What do you think? Belt, crown?
We're going crown. We're going crown.
All right, yeah. Has the crown right now, and we'll see whether or not Tarzan can steal that one back.
Keep track of it, Twitch chat. I don't think we'll be able to. We'll see what happens. Tarzan will be trying to take away his own his camps, while Shanji just gives him a little passing hello. Love that both top laners have just decided we're passing ships in the night, except Shanji has maybe run into an iceberg here. It's a slowing iceberg that shoots arrows. I don't know how that works out, but Shanji, with a nice flick of the wrist, will make Tarzan flash for him. The knockback should be enough to clean him up. Maybe the kitty cat will be enough. Oh, it'll go to Meiko. So 3 kills for the Ashe.
Not bad. Maybe start building AD Meiko. Who knows?
Honestly.
We'll see. Presumably going to be, of course, the mandate build and such. But honestly, Sanji is pretty close. Shanji, rather, pretty close to getting out as now Lwx has found himself.
Come on, leave him for the 1v1, man. No, I'm Jinjiao. We're gonna have some talk. I would like to see if we just get that dedicated 1v1. We get like the arena fight going on. Knight tried to go onto Harder, who flashes early and might just die. The bird is enough. The golden left hand scores a kill in the mid lane.
All right, Knight with the solo kill. Harder might be the solo king, but that crown might have just been taken off him by Knight. He's just about gonna get himself the plate as well. That's before he went to base. Well, might stay in the extra wave as well. Tiamat release in. That wave is reset very quickly anyway. So lead in the mid lane. Knight has 2 kills now. Lee Sin still a very, very snowbally champion, especially if he decides to go more towards those lethality items as well. There's not really too much tankiness on the bottom side. He's always going to have Hope or Meiko to just absolutely one-shot. So we'll see what Knight's preferences will be on how he decides to build, and we'll continue to track that.
So again, it's just funny to see how, you know, against being near each other, this top lane has been. Shanji finally gets some good hits onto the tower, get his own play here, and probably just go back to proxy farming. Just, at least, you know, at least this is something new, Jamada. Both teams proxy farming each other's ways. I think it works.
Yeah. I haven't seen proxying.
It's a tad boring, but you know.
Yeah. Look, hey, I mean, if I'm a top laner, getting perfect CS feels pretty good to me, to be honest.
It does,
so.
it does. I'm not a top laner, so I would never know. I'm just a lowly AD.
That's all right. You never quite get to experience the pleasures of proxy farming and having no one interrupt you for like 10 waves. It's great.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We do have Rift Herald #1 on the table here. Dragon has been a second thought, at least up until now. And in our rumblings beforehand, you know, we were talking about some of the holdovers from 2022, where towards the end of the split, we were seeing Rift Herald #1 be the big priority. Dragons become priority after that first objective is taken. See if that continues to be the case here, as Knight wanting to take the 1v1 against Harder, but Tarzan is right there to help him out. While Ning comes in to back up Knight. They're getting flanked here by Hope, and I don't know if they can get out of here yet. Knight's just gone from the Rift, and there'll be a nice collapse from Make It Possible.
Yeah, that's 5 members in the mid lane, so you should just expect that a Herald will be on the table. But Shanji's on the wrong side of the Rift, or is he? Like,
come chase me, bro. Come at me, bro.
Have you guys read rule #1?
Yo, they're picking him apart. Harder has no idea how he just ended up dying. We get 1 kill going down. He had the skin, but he didn't get the penta, so we don't get that cool void aura. And now it is Remember Our Name, who will not be remembered from this fight. Make it possible. It is possible.
My goodness, that was a complete slaughter, but they're still not done. Shanji return.
Knight wants some revenge here, all right? We'll see if they can get the Rift Herald. Ning nowhere around. It's just Shanji trying to burn it down with the smoke. Oh! It's going to go over to Tarzan. So Make It Possible are able to get the first Rift Herald, even though it was like yanking teeth at that point.
Yeah, yanking teeth's a pretty good way of putting it. Shanji. Oh, are they gonna throw him up as bait?
It just doesn't stop. I love it. Oh no, he's bagging. Ball for the bait, breathe. Come on.
No, I think with Jinjiao putting that red ward down in the river as well, I think that's probably going to give the play away.
Maybe a little bit.
That could have been quite fun as a replay. Shanji, just screaming, have you guys read rule #1 of League of Legends? And it seems like, for the most part, Make It Possible have. And see, Harder, unfortunately, is the victim of a death from below. Jinjiao isn't able to follow up on any more executes as Ning's chains actually hit the Herald, don't hit any champions.
Yeah.
Possible. A little bit unfortunate, maybe changes the fight, gets a snowball going. But do end up losing just off the back of that barely. Make it Possible have a Herald. We'll see what they want to do with it, because Hope has gotten this tower down here to 2 plates, so that's definitely a pretty free opportunity to try and get a full free tower before those plates fall off.
Honestly, at this point, Jamada, I am a Jinjiao stan.
Okay.
Just because I've actually never gotten to see that skin's like ultimate proc thing. Have you heard about it? Have you heard? If you get the Pinta with the skin, it does that like giant pool of like darkness.
It's pretty cool, but it also it stays there for a while. As well.
I need that in my life right now, Jamada. All right, it's the show match. It's kickoff. I want to see the Pyke Penta. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe Jinjiao will pick it up. If he wins, though, we won't get to see it. So, you know. Oh no, it's just used. Sorry, I mistake my words. Yeah, so I guess this is the only opportunity we get for that cool Penta. Now he's setting himself up under a tower dive here, while turret plates are just falling to make it possible. See if they want to actually make something happen here. And late on the Knight, he kick back, but there's so much CC. Knight's just trying to survive as much as he can. The arrow will go wide, but Knight falls.
Yeah, the arrow just to cover Knight's potential flash over the wall. Pretty cheeky from Meiko. Isn't necessary, though, in the end. And they will find that pickup, make it possible. And more pressure is just stacking up down here. There's not really too much LWX. Y'all can do that. They've both gone invisible. And they're looking for the all-in.
Got the stun down. There you go. Oh, he misses the execute. But you know what? They take the kill anyways. And LWX picking one up on the Twitch would be just happy.
Tower saved. Kill secured. They do lose the dragon, but, you know, pros and cons. You know, consolations. However, Ning
going for it. Steal. He wants to be into Tarzan's nightmares. He does not get the steal, though. Ning did steal the Nature's Grasp and catches Tarzan out with it. So Tarzan's life for a dragon. And honestly, remember our name, take them.
Yeah, I'd say. Not too bad. It's about what they can get off the back end of it, right? They're getting this mid push right now. There's a pretty free plate.
But for Hope, he thinks he's got Shanji. He probably does at this point. I think Shanji's kind of overcommitted. Just takes the shot. LWX is like, thank you. Oh my god, we got mid lane action going. Ning has fallen. Remember our name. Falling apart a little bit. Breathe. It's just, how does this keep happening?
They're just mirroring each other.
It's literally just chaos. You know, you think you get a moment, and it's like Breathes under tower under Nexus for some reason. They don't have any towers dead. They're under Nexus though.
Oh my goodness. Well, Breathe and Shanji both leading the CS department. Who would have thought going
so,
the
biggest thing for me, Jamada, is that I just continuously keep looking at the player cans, and it is nothing but smiles and laughter and fun, and I am loving it, man. I mean, absolutely loving it. And this is kind of stuff that makes the kickoff to the season so fun. And we get a replay of what happened to Ning, and it was an enchanted crystal arrow there to the tower.
Just a nice counterplay from Meiko. Well aimed. Last one was well aimed as well. Just Knight didn't end up flashing over the wall.
Oh!
We're straight out of the replay.
Oh my god! Okay, they get straight back in the enchanted crystal arrow steal. We'll get the kill. Ning is just on one right now, able to steal away so much and get so much use out of it.
Yeah, all right. So, a couple of kills, traded back and forth, nonetheless. I think for now, if I had to give a scaling edge, this is always a tricky one when you've got so many bruisers in the game.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Do we just count rods? Do we just
count rods?
I mean, is that what we do now? Is that
well,
the level
if
of?
that's the case, if we're counting rods, then they're 1-to-1. So
yeah, but there's 3 stacks on one of the rods and there's none on the other. One stack on the other. Ooh.
Shanji,
no, 1v4. I think Shanji's gonna die again. I think. Yep. That'll do it.
But he got the wave. So you know, who lost really? And now. Now remember our name in the mid lane. Gonna pick this one up here, tier 1 over to LWX and Jinjiao. So I think they're pretty happy to trade that, all things considered. We'll continue to just see these rotations as people continue to look for picks.
He's a pretty tanky boy though with that rock invasion.
I think he would have been in a little bit more trouble if Ning didn't throw his chains 180. But
True.
It's okay. Gets the walk out for
some, you lose some, man. That's the thing. But we did actually end up getting that dragon down over a while back to make it possible we have another Rift Herald coming up very, very shortly here, and Dragon 2 minutes. So it's surprising, but we actually have a moment of time here before the next little bit comes on, and it's interesting to see, you know, the Ravenous Hydra priority for Knight, even though it was nerfed, still having that in high priority. The Knight Harvesters coming out for both junglers. Honestly, it's a nice change, I feel like, to some extent, at least to kick us off.
At least for today. We'll see once things
Today is
kick
all
off.
that matters.
Exactly. I think once season does truly get underway, we'll see what kind of builds players have come from preseason with. But for now, priority looks to be on Herald. Shanji trying to chase down this Knight with the kick! Oh my god!
He got it, and that's the big wombo combo! They're getting so much damage. Harder just gets obliterated here. And out in the middle of nowhere, it felt like it is making possible we're heading for the hills.
Yes, they are. They are running tails between their legs right now. And they are still hunting
They got
LWX
breathe,
and
though.
Ning. They do
He
have
got breathe in the bot lane.
He's getting that tier 2. That's pretty important, right, for the cross map. However, on the said cross map, Tarzan being bullied out a little bit by Ning and LWX. I'm not sure who has the crown still. I would wager, given how the top side of the map has been in the last few minutes, that's probably Ning.
I would say Ning still has
still.
the crown firmly in hand. Until Tarzan gets a kill. And then we'll give it back. There's a different stipulations on how to get the crown. Breathe just being a tanky menace. The fact that Shanji and Breathe just kind of get to walk around this map and do whatever they want is hilarious. Jinjiao does not want that to happen any longer, and he will eventually find the execute here. Maybe just trying to get the kill itself to Ning. Or Knight, sorry, and Knight does pick up that kill. So the Lee Sin getting a little bit more fed to make it possible. Be on to the Rift Herald now.
Possible. Pick up this Herald. See where it goes. Get what you can on these kind of cross maps. And I suspect with the hours pretty much all dead besides the top lane. Maybe they decide at some point, but I feel like it's going to be an opportunistic Herald whenever it does get used. Second Dragon looks like it's going to be going over to Remember Our Name, however. Scouting Arrow. Going to connect onto LWX. Not going to do too much harm though.
Yeah, we'll find the first dragon for Remember Our Name. Will we get the top lane taken out by Harder? Doesn't look like it, and it does look like Shanji's about to get dove again, or at least they're going to try to take the tower in response to the bot lane tower going over to Knight. And there's the Rift Herald used to go ahead and make that so.
And we'll go in the top side instead. I mean, could actually just very easily see two charges end up being thrown down here. The Remember Our Name was actually on the bottom side, going for a recall now, but with resets, I think that charge is still going to go through regardless. So nice.
Those wards! Oh my god!
Yeah. And you know, actually, one kind of nice Passover change I quite like is that we get to see the pings on the wards.
Yeah.
As well, as you can see, kind of. It's, you know, it could be a little bit cluttery if there's fights going on around it, but whilst there's nothing going on, you can see those icons do drop off with quite a bit of ease. LWX not going to get clipped by that arrow, and they really want the
lines lined up. Yeah, they definitely do. I think it's a big kick out if they do. Bree finds the flank, but can't really get the knockback. And we'll find it for MIP, but they can try again very shortly because the Ashe arrow is up very quickly. And especially the way that they make it possible for playing, they're just looking for catch outs with Meiko, and if they can kill the target, they catch out. If they can't, get back away. What happens?
Yeah, I can respect a little bit of tempered play, albeit not what I'm used to when we're here in front of so many aggressive players. Breathe. He's looking for this tier 2. He's probably going to farm the way first, though.
We got the Jack Show completed for Knight as his second item. So there's a little bit of representation from the off-season where Jack Show could literally be built on every champion it fell in. And it's still getting the representation here at kickoff.
Yeah, definitely kind of surprised. I feel like on 13.1, the whole nerf was definitely to kind of tune it down for bruisers, kind of going, you know, damage item into Jack Show into more damage. Jinjiao,
Yeah, I don't think you're getting out of that one, buddy. I think Hopes is going to take that one to the bank.
Yeah, no one saw the flash. It's
don't worry about it.
We look away from those ones.
We don't have replay technology. Don't worry about it. Just hope you don't get a replay of that one. Baron is up, though.
Yeah, Pick will just turn into a Baron. We'll see what the response will be. Ultimate is up from LWX, and I mean, Baron Pit, Twitch, very scary, but he doesn't have visibility anymore on the turns here.
They're trying to bring Shanji up, but he's way far behind the play, and Baron's already gone, even if he got it been way too late. A little bit of sunk cost fallacy going on there. See Fate's call utilized, does get the knock up on Lwx, and this should be a quick cleanup by Make It Possible. Not quick though, as Knight gets the kill back on Meiko. That's a little bit of a shutdown there, but they will be pushing this in, even though Shanji is trying to look at a tier 2, plus maybe an inhib tower in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, grand scheme of things, Baron in MIP's back pocket. Yeah, pushing in the top side right now. Knight, it's nothing more than a consolation prize. As, like you said, Shanji will be forced away on the mid lane, and he's actually here on the flank, looking directly at Hope's face.
Oh my
he's gonna
god,
go
the
down.
execute!
Bye-bye.
Is this it? Is this the penta? Oh,
It's not.
it's not the penta.
Come on, give it to us. Just
I know,
once.
just let him have it. Come on, I want to see the effects. But it is another quick I Make It Possible where Ning is trying to stop some back. The Baron bust will make it not possible.
You just watched everyone base one after another. It's like one of those old school TV shows where you just open the door, trying to find a prize, not there. Ning, speaking of trying to find prizes, actually just finds a dead Baron in the pit, nothing more. As a chase down is on Lwx. Does lay out a nice amount of damage in return, in all fairness, but just not quite enough as Knight does eventually find a consolation kill. Again, Baron still went over to MIP. And they are definitely going to make a lot of things happen with this buff in their back pocket. Like, remember our name. The options are dwindling, shall we say, on what they could do to stay alive in this game.
Find a way to make it possible against Team Make It Possible. But yeah, gold leads start to get a little bit out in front of them. Knight on this Lee Sin will be a crucial piece to the puzzle if they do want to try and get themselves out of this. But oh, shot! Oh, look at the moves, Jamada.
He's too,
little sidestep.
he's too
Look
good.
at that. He's too good,
He's
man.
too much
He's too
of
good.
a bigger chance to be hit by an arrow that close. Not
I'm a
gonna
little sad we didn't get more, proxy action, more highlights on the sideline action. Oh, harder. The kitties are everywhere, Jamada. They are just rampant right now, and doesn't really do much in the end. Just looks cool.
I mean, hey, I like cats. Cats are cool. Do you like cats? I'm a cat.
I love cats.
Cats are great. So can't complain.
You're a cool cat. You're a cool cat.
Hello, Knight.
Oh, with the kick, he got a little bit weird angle, but it might actually still end up working. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes through Meiko. Now, really, the only carry left. Tarzan is trying to block for him here. Remember our name. I mean, they have breathed, taking down their base, but the fight looked good.
Yeah.
Oh. Knight, take it. Take it, Knight. Take it. Let's go.
Hello.
Okay.
There's a flank.
Okay, hello. Breathe. Oh, God. Yeah, run away, Breathe. He's burning. My goodness. That was bold. That was bold.
Bold is one way to put it from Breathe. I feel like both these top laners have had a particular agenda in how they want to play the game today. They've definitely been very non-stop. Let's see if they'll be non-stop at this dragon as well. Someone spawned up.
Kitty Cat's doing work here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
the Tarzan pick,
saplings, man.
Like it's saving grace. Literally just taking down their health bar. He has the ulti again. No way. Flash over the wall. Oh, Tarzan! No!
If you have young children, avert their eyes. Oh,
get him out in the show match. Get him out in the show match. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We will just put Ning on MIP next game. It's okay.
Dragon goes down to MIP. That'll be second dragon of the game. Tarzan's going to be missing that one for 5 minutes. But it is still Breathe in the side lane. Just being an absolute menace here. As both side laners have got their Roas up to 10 stacks. Taking a 2v1 right now because this is how we do things, and Roa exists, and you just get to walk around and exist and do whatever you want.
He's level 17 in 25 minutes. Like he's gonna be
so well.
Oh,
that's a lot of burst, a lot of damage. Meiko gets wrapped in with no health. He's gonna go down. Looks like MIP might. Oh no, Jinjiao misses
No.
the execute again. Shanji's just running through here with the poison. Look how much damage Shanji's doing, but Ning able to get the double kill on the end of it. Nature's Grass comes through, but keep going way too far in for MIP, and Bree just dies again.
So,
Hey, flash for Jinjiao. He doesn't have the ulti, but he gets the kill.
when I said we may swap Ning for Tarzan when MIP go through, I take it back because all of a sudden doesn't look like quite the same possibility. Pretty hilarious
God,
fight there.
These cats. Oh
They're-
my.
They're so strong, and not only that, because Tarzan's got Night Harvester in
No.
to the demonic embrace, there's so much.
No.
Oh
No.
no! Oh my
That
god!
was so
If that
close.
hit him, I think he would have died. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I definitely think
throw it
so.
out there. But Night Harvester
Well-
plus demonic embrace, so much burst on those saplings, man. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah,
LWX.
just see that trigger pull of the top side.
Yeah, you see, it just opens up so much damage. That is the power of AP Twitch, but beyond that, not really able to offer more than just the health bar of Meiko, which is still a big prize in itself. As Shanji running a Mac 9, which can't be locked down, and Breathe, you know, you can respect, can't you?
Still,
You can
he's
respect
still
the
Udyr.
W key. He's still Udyr, but
Still Udyr, still the run at you champion. I guess so is Shanji at the time. Enchanted Crystal Arrow stolen quickly used by Ning. Not gonna find too much of it. And, you see pings coming down from Breathe in the side lane again. He's got Ghost covered up. He's got everything. He's just gonna be looking to end the game by himself.
he is on the side lane. I mean, if you know, Hullbreaker would fit this build, definitely see him doing it. But for now, he will
Gotta go
bide his
stairs.
time. Though he
Demonic
he's gonna go
embrace.
stairs. True.
Rod of Ages. Why not?
Exactly right, and he's going to take a Nexus tower by the looks of things down there. That's the first Nexus tower
Oh my
gone. This
God.
Baron is half HP. Breathe nearly ends the
I
towers.
don't know
at the
if
Nexus.
Shanji's the one they want to send to deal with the mid. Like, it's slow rolling there with
Oh,
the
boy.
poison. Got Knight looking for
Oh,
the
look
flank
at
kick
Knight.
on the side. Can he go? And he has half health, though. He can't really do much there. And you got to re-engage as Breathe
Breathe.
comes up with the flank. And now MIP, they're just rolling over the names of Remember Our Name. Ning dies last. And that should be a cleanup here. Shanji not going to last very long against 5 members strong. TPs come in. And that should be the end of game number 1.
Should be the end of game number 1. Indeed, Breathe sets everybody up in the base. Comes in all the way from the enemy base, actually, on that flank. And Remember Our Names, unfortunately, just didn't have enough fuel in the tank at that Baron fight to make that one work. And MIP will be moving forward to that final game of the day as they take out Remember Our Name.
Man just had to walk. Just had to walk across the map, and he got it done. Team Make It Possible will be moving on to the championship of the season kickoff event here. And unfortunately for Team Remember Our Name, while their names will be remembered, they will no longer be playing. So that was a nice little showing there, and you had some fun had by the team. And especially getting to see Ning come in, Shanji, Knight in his new uniform, LWX, the tried and true, Jinjiao as well. Got to see his Pyke, not going to pull it off, but very fun stuff. And, you know, Tarzan gets to keep the moniker, King of the Jungle. You got the solo King Harder, gets to keep his moniker. You got so much going for Team Make It Possible.
Yeah, definitely so. Very fun game to open up today, I have to say. We
Their fits are so
expected
cool.
a lot.